How would you sum the whole game up?
I think there was not so much going wrong for us in the first half. We were a little bit sloppy when we had the ball. We defended well till one moment for halftime. It was in the 40th minute. And even then we had enough people. It was 3 against 2. Or even 4 against 2 when you count the goalkeeper. And still he scored. And that's going so easy all season already. And yeah, I think with 0-1 you're still in the game, and then you give it away in 5 minutes in the second half. And again, it was not very good defended. You see the second goal, the players going for Kido, and then 1 against 1 in the goalkeeper. So, yeah, and then we tried. But when it's 0-3, I can only make compliments to some players. They worked hard. They tried and do the best to make the goal, and we had 2-3 good chances. But then you will see also you don't have the luck to score one of them. Kushini had a good one. George had a good one. Yeah, and then it's very disappointing that you have 2 home games and two losses and 8 goals against us. There's a lot.
Is there a sense the team is, you go 1 down, they're giving up and they're starting to not think clearly, obviously, because this is, you look back at December, we were talking about being critics, this team, could challenge for the title. Now we're looking at it now mid-March and we're thinking, well, what's happened?
Of course, we had a lot of changes last few weeks for injuries, but almost everybody is back again. And today also, at the end of the game in the locker room, I asked Riley what's going on, and he said, "Yeah, I'm feeling tired. I have a bad cough, and my throat is painful." He called Friday the Navin, my physiotherapist, and he asked if it's not the symptoms of corona. And the Navin said no, that isn't. So you don't have to go to the hospital. But he's still complaining about his health, and he wasn't the same Riley we saw for 2-3 weeks back. And that's and every week is something else, but. If you see Newcastle, they don't play they can't reach to the playoffs. I think it will be difficult to win every game. And we have, for us, it becomes difficult when we don't get our shape that we had back. Defense was already a little bit better than last week, but still not good enough.
In Sydney for 6 weeks. What do you think should
happen? For the last 2 days, when I watch my phone, I almost get every hour a different message. It's changing. Yesterday I want to go to the NPL game for the youth team, and then I got halfway. Going home after training, I get a message it's not going on. And then also for the first team, what's going to happen? New Zealand is closing down the borders. So what's going to happen with Wellington and Melbourne Victory? I don't know how it ended the game, but I believe after 20 minutes already 2-0 for Wellington. And players are talking with their wives and the children before starting the game because they're worried about what's going on. Hey, if you're in New Zealand, can I come back? Or do I have to go and guarantee 14 days? Because also after tomorrow, Here in Australia, it's difficult to get into the country. So it's weird. I'm 57 and never had a pandemic, but now it's there, and it was already a mess in Holland. So that's you talk about with people there because a lot of loved ones are there, and the situation there is also very chaotic. But you have to deal with it. You have to manage it, and it's not up to me. It is up to the FFA and up to the board and the owners from this club and from the other clubs to make a decision. And we have to wait what's going on.
Should they make a decision as soon as possible tonight, tomorrow?
Today I heard already 3 different stories this morning, this afternoon, and now after the game. And I believe tomorrow there will be at 9:30 a press conference, and then we get informed what's going to happen. One thing is sure, we can't play in Wellington. And what they do then with Wellington and how it's going on with the league. I'm only a trainer who try to do his job so good as possible, and at this moment it's not very successful.
Is it affecting the boys psychologically, do you think? I mean, everybody's affected, but maybe more so with your team.
Yeah, you can't blame the authorities from making no decision or waiting with making a decision, because I think for them it's also the first time. You don't have experience with that, and you have to go very long back. I believe the Spanish flu was in 1918, and that went very bad. Lucky for us, Australia can learn from the other countries in Europe and China, because they started it and it was more heavier than here till now. And they're an island, so they can isolate the island very good. But of course, players are worried and asking about things. And today also I came here and I talked with Bruce, I talked with Nathan, and only thing they talked about was Corona, not about this game. So I don't know what the players are talking about with them, but I know my focus was also not for 100% for this game, because everybody's talking to you, not only the press, but the players, the owners, the directors, and that's very difficult not to talk about the Corona, because it's everywhere. Everybody's talking about it, and everybody has an opinion and is talking about it. So yeah, of course this affects, and maybe it was better than not playing today, but they did. And
if the season does continue, can you pick this team up again? Is it gone? Is it done? Is it finished?
it's not finished. We have 5 games to go, and even we lost today. It was better than last week. It was not good enough to win from Newcastle. But I said already in the beginning of the season, we can win from every team, and we can also lose from every team. It has to be a team effort, and I think last week we were 11 individual players, and today we were more a team. And that's the only thing you can reach to get out more points and win games when you keep together as a team and try to get in good shape again. We have a bye next week, so that's helping us. Probably Ben will be returning now, Antley. He was still not recovered from illness. It's not injury, but from illness. So I hope then in the last few weeks there's a good competition. Because you see when the young guys come in, they bring a lot of energy in the team, and that's good. But still we have to improve, and it's not good enough to say, okay, in 5 games we will win the most, because it's not an easy program. Perth, Sydney, Wellington, and we have to wait how it's going in if we are playing away games or any home games or whatever they do. Do we come together in Sydney and play there in 2 or 3 weeks? Because also they're also there speaking about to do the competition in Sydney Hall. But there's only one trainer or one physio or one player have the coronavirus, and I think they shut down also the competition. And I believe the AFL is also starting next week, so they have to start without spectators. And there's going a lot of money around those clubs, but if they don't play with spectators and fans, it will last maybe 2-3 games, and then they will also say we can better shut down the competition, but it costs a lot of money. And football without public, why do we play football in this level? Why do we have a professional competition? Yeah.
Just offset, he had a problem with his ankle.
Yeah.
And then Lewis, was that tactical? Why he kept him on the bench? Because he's playing regularly.
No, I was not satisfied about the team from last week, of course. Louis didn't play well. And it was not only him, but it were several players. And I think this was the moment. Boland was now training for a long time after his injury, and training very well. And he was competing with Louis. And if you don't play well, then it's easy for the trainer to change the team. If the team is doing well, then it's difficult to make the changes. But now, there is a reason why you don't play, and he didn't do his job well last week. He was not the only one, but sometimes you have to change something, and now was Louis there. It's also with Maria. He didn't play well the last few games, and then you have to give another player another chance. Yeah, and now. Again, the result was not good. It was we played a little bit better than last week, but I said already it was more team, but not good enough. So I've now 14 days to puzzle and see who's fit, and they have to compete now in the training, and then I have to make my decision.
So offset, will he be ready, Christian?
He will go tomorrow to the doctor to see the doctor for an MRI. He thinks himself it will be okay. It's a contact injury, so he get a kick on his ankle and then it twisted a little bit. So the bone is a little bit sore, and he doesn't think the ligament is damaged. But you have to wait. On the scan you can see more, and the doctor have more knowledge than I have about the ankle. So we will see tomorrow. We know more. They have a day off tomorrow, and on Tuesday we come together for the recovery.
All done, guys.
Yeah. Okay.